Moonshiners claims to showcase lawless men and women making and selling illegal liquor, but not much of this reality TV series is based in actual reality, at least according to local law enforcement. These are the off-camera scandals still affecting the show and its fans. Series fans will remember Jesse Tate, the special agent for the Virginia Alcoholic Beverage Control Authority, who represented the law side of Moonshiners back in Season 1. But he didn't return for Season 2, which was reportedly due to the show's producers having misled law enforcement about the tone and content of the show. Kathleen Shaw, a spokeswoman for the Virginia ABC, claimed in a statement, "Virginia ABC agreed to participate in an informative piece that documents the history of moonshine and moonshine investigations in Virginia." Of course, viewers know the actual show isn't a serious documentary about the history of moonshine. It presents the practice mostly from the perspective of the Moonshiners, arguably making all that illegal activity look fun. Shaw would add in her statement that the state, quote, would not have participated in the documentary had it known of this portrayal. The ABC made its stance on the show clear by putting the word documentary in quotes. In addition to saying that the show's producers misled them, the Virginia Alcoholic Beverage Control Authority also claimed that all the illegal activity portrayed in Moonshiners is dramatized. Kathleen Shaw would claim in the ABC's official statement, if illegal activity was actually taking place, the Virginia ABC Bureau of Law Enforcement would have taken action. Virginia ABC did not participate, nor was aware of the false depiction of moonshine manufacturing, distribution, and/or transportation. In light of this, the state of Virginia asked Discovery to add a disclaimer to the show, but this request was reportedly overlooked by the network. Notably, the show is produced by Magilla Entertainment, which has come under similar fire for producing other reality shows that viewers have claimed are scripted or misleading, such as Long Island Medium. According to the Orlando Sentinel, another one of the company's series, Lakefront Bargain Hunt, a house hunting series broadcast on HGTV, showcased a woman's home that she supposedly bought on air. But in actuality, this house was purchased by her 2 years before the show was even taped. Not all the shiners on the show were actually recorded by Magilla. Most famously, the show's first season featured Marvin "Popcorn" Sutton, a famous moonshiner who died before the show even began. His footage largely comes from filmmaker Neil Hutchison's 2002 Emmy Award-winning documentary, This Is the Last Damn Run of Liquor I'll Ever Make.
Wildlife will get drunk now, by God.
Sutton's story came to a tragic end in 2009. According to Knox News, after investigators raided his home and operations in 2008, finding 1,700 gallons of moonshine along with distilling equipment, firearms, and ammunition, he was convicted of running moonshine and sentenced to 18 months in prison. Popcorn died by suicide near his Tennessee home. His daughter, Sky Sutton, told Knox News, "Nobody was going to tell him what to do. He did it his way. He always lived a death before dishonor kind of life." The moonshiner was 62. Popcorn wasn't the only moonshiner to run into trouble with the law, with some series regulars having a pretty documented track record. According to the troublesome Creek Times, Chico, whose real name is Matthew Tungate, was arrested in 2014 for operating a vehicle under the influence, though no one was reportedly injured in the incident. Law enforcement claimed that Chico was selling memorabilia out of his SUV when he ran his car into the crowd. Officers then gave him a field sobriety test, which led to his arrest. As a first-time offender, he got off relatively lightly, paying a fine and court costs. Though Chico left the cast of Moonshiners in 2018, he's seemingly doing well. He and his ex-partner Sandra, who also appeared on the show, became parents, with Chico apparently going legit, creating a whiskey blend with Old Town Distillery. Stephen Ray Tickle, usually just called Tickle on the show, was arrested in 2013 for public intoxication after police claimed they noticed him drinking alone in his car. Police alleged that he was so drunk they needed to physically carry him into the jail. In 2015, Tickle was arrested during a traffic stop for possessing a sawed-off shotgun and sentenced to a 3-year suspended sentence. Then, Tickle gained another 5 months behind bars for cocaine use while on probation.
I done got my ass in a boatload of trouble.
Despite this trouble, the Washington Examiner reported Tickle had expressed an interest in running for office as an independent candidate in 2013. At the time, he said he wasn't worried that his illegal activities would affect his political fortunes and was planning on starting a moonshine caucus. He told the Washington Examiner, "There is no dirt to dig up. Everybody already knows about me." When Moonshiners first hit television, It was easy to believe that the show was showcasing some seriously illegal activity. In 2013, show favorites Tim Smith and Tickle spoke with Fox News about how they managed to stay out of jail. They claimed that since they'd moved their operation by the time Moonshiners aired, the long arm of the law was always one step behind them. They've got to actually catch you doing something wrong. However, this hasn't always been the case, and not everyone who's appeared on the show or in their spin-off series has managed to evade arrest. In 2022, Johnny Wayne Griffiths, a former contestant on Moonshiners' Master Distiller, was arrested for possession of both a still and illegal alcohol. According to the arrest report obtained by the Tri-City Ledger, he was apprehended by Alabama law enforcement, who had a search warrant for his property. When they arrived, they found a running still, 5 gallons of clear moonshine, and 19 quarts of flavored moonshine. While there are no updates to be found about the status of his case, his Facebook page suggests he has since gone legit with a partnership with Alabama homegrown moonshiners.